Transparent. It is easier said than done. My next guest says she had to stop hiding behind a veil and get real in order to take control of her life. She has written a book, and this book is entitled An Eagle Can Fly with a Broken Wing. The author, Dr. LaTonya Altman, joins me now here on our live. She is a pastor, she's a wife, mother, as well as a life and a career coach. We're so happy to have you with us.
Oh, it's an honor to be here.
Now, why did you write the book?
Actually, what prompted me to write the book is I had a dream, and I dreamed about assisting an eagle with a broken wing. And I began to mend the eagle's left wing, which is where the heart relies underneath. And I had no idea when I woke up from the dream what it meant. And I consistently started praying about it. And I kept hearing, "You're that eagle." And I kept denying it. I'm not the eagle with a broken wing.
See, I kept wondering, where did that title come from?
And in the dream, there was a little song that I kept encouraging this eagle. You can fly, go up high, soar, you can fly. And I'm saying, why am I dreaming about an eagle? What I know the eagle is the most powerful bird. The eagle soars over storms in life. And I'm saying, but what does my life have to do with this eagle? And then God began to show me through prayer that I was that eagle. I had been broken in different places in life, and I needed mending in order for me to soar with full purpose and power and excellence.
Now, let's talk about some of the life lessons that you bring out in the book. First of all, you say, stop the self-criticism.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. I was my worst critic. I mean, I didn't like my hair. I didn't like my complexion. At one point, I was premature, so at one point, I was always very thin in life, and I didn't start gaining weight till I was like in my early 30s, and there was something about my life I just didn't like. And then one day, I began to read the scripture where it says, "You were fearfully and wonderfully made." And that's when I began to grab a hold of, wait, hold on. When God created you, he created the best gift possible. When he created you, he stood back at that creation and he said, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." And that's when I began to start embracing and start loving who I am.
And you say, put on your big girl pants, make the tough decisions, and take control of your life.
You have to, sometimes, we're scarred in life, depending on what the situation you had to endure. I mean, for me, it started out at the age of 7. I won an essay. I've been writing since I was 7 years old, and I won an essay only to be told later on they had to retract it from me because it was meant to be for a little white girl. It wasn't for a black girl. And so at that point, I did not know that I was black because it wasn't taught in our home. My dad was a police officer. Many of the guys who came home that worked with him on the beat, they were white. So color was never, spoken in our home. And then I have several aunts, that they're not biological aunts, but I call them my aunt, and they're from Irish to Italian, So I had no idea that I was different.
And you say, tap into that unused potential.
I didn't know what I was made of. I didn't even know what was locked down on the inside of me until I started embracing what I was called to be and my purpose. And then gifts began to unveil that I didn't even know I had.
And you said you were born premature and that you had a limp.
Yes.
But you were never crippled.
No. Oh, no, not by a long shot. I mean, it was difficult because my limp was, was really bad. And my dad used to say to me, I think it's time for you to get the special shoes and the lifts, and start walking, with the walker. And I began to say, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And I began to ask and ask and ask and ask God to heal me because my nickname from some of friends and family was Crip, But that's not who I was. I wasn't crippled.
And the book itself, a very easy read. It's not that long, but it's so inspirational. One life lesson after another.
Absolutely. You know, I firmly believe that so many people, if they just had someone who could help mend and put their life back together, they wouldn't be in the situations that they're in.
All right.
And that's my job.
Well, we want to thank you so much for the book.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Alrighty. And straight ahead on our lives, singer G Nice. Back in a moment.